Because on Tuesday, November 3rd, the election, the big election. And so that's got everybody on their nerves. And I think it's important for everybody to vote. Rudy was saying that he hasn't voted yet, right?
I don't vote at all.
I don't. Rudy,
No.
Fernando,
You don't
do
vote
you
at
vote?
all. How
I don't
come?
vote.
Yes,
What's
I
your
vote, but I haven't voted yet.
I
You
don't
haven't
know,
voted
there's just
yet?
something that puts me off about it. I don't know.
puts you off? How?
Just I don't know, just the whole whatever it is, the one side against the other. It's like, to me, it's all
That's
the
the
same.
point of
You know,
of an election.
to me, it's
There's
all the
more
same.
than one side, than two sides, to be honest, because there's more parties too. But they
Yeah.
don't get all the media attention, the coverage that the Republicans and the Democrats get.
Well, a big reason why the vote was so divided and the Republicans won is because everyone was divided amongst other parties. They were voting for third, fourth parties or whatever, and so people didn't line up enough behind the Democrats, and so the Republicans won because they were all unified.
Yeah, and it's a political game. There's a way to sway the numbers. In fact, I'm sorry, we should introduce Fernando.
Oh no!
Hello,
kidding.
what's up, man?
Oh, shit, my bad.
Fernando.
Hey, Fernando, what's going on? Today we have Fernando Jaques with us,
Yes, Fernando Jaques.
licensed boxer, if you can believe that, featherweight, right?
Yes,
Featherweight.
125.
Yes, if you, yep. He's actually my trainer.
But I was training you when I was training. So
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
videos on Instagram and stuff like that where you're just kind of with the
pads.
floaters and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Actually, I got into boxing because of you.
It's fun. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's freaking dope, man. So yeah, he's your go-to guy for boxing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm so interested in. I wish I had the time to actually join you guys, because that would be really awesome. But
Yeah.
I do not have the time right now. It sucks, man. So fucking busy.
Who has the
What's
time
going
for
on,
anything
you know?
right now?
It's hard. It's hard to find time because, it's, if you're not working, you're, busy trying to, find a way to do other things, because you're just like, nothing's stopping, but things are like, shutting down and reopening and then shutting down again. And, people are running crazy on the street right now, like just the whole thing out there. And it's crazy. It's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, you stay busy and it's fucking like,
I call it the 2020 marathon. That's what it feels like.
2020
The
marathon.
2020 fucking marathon, man.
marathon.
Jeez, it feels like that. Like it was supposed to be a warm up, Oh shit, something bad happened. I think it started with Kobe, right? When Kobe died. Did you guys feel that impact of
Probably
Kobe?
started with COVID.
Oh no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But
Did
2020,
Kobe die after
2020 was
Yeah.
already
Did he really?
Well, the
COVID-19.
US
So
shut
it
down
started
like in March.
2019, but it became a bigger issue in 2020. early
March like
2020.
16 is when the country shut down, right? Like that's when it became official and real. And I don't know. Before the country shut down, how did you guys feel about what they were saying of COVID? Can you go back?
I think they made it sound like it wouldn't reach the States, but by how quickly it was actually spreading, like it was pretty apparent that it would reach us at some point.
Yeah.
Did you believe what they were saying, that it was like really dangerous?
It still is very dangerous.
I'm asking you if you believed it.
Yeah, it still
you
is
believed it.
though.
Okay. What about you, Rudy?
Did you believe it initially, Melissa? Like right when it came out, did you believe it initially, or did it take you some time to
That it was slowly becoming a pandemic?
that it was as dangerous as
Well, yeah,
we
people
know
were
that-
dying.
Well, I guess we're
What
trying
are
to
you
pull
guys
out of you.
asking me? I'm not
We're trying
sure.
to pull out of you. So how did you feel like when you first came into this information of a disease or
That it was a
called
very
COVID?
deadly virus that was spreading throughout different countries.
Mhm. Did you worry about your livelihood? Did you
At some
worry
point
about
I
your
did.
family? What did you think? Should
I
we
didn't
move
really
on to
wor-
Rudy.
I didn't really worry about my livelihood, but yeah, I worried. I think anybody would have worried about their family and potentially their health. It's a
Yeah.
very deadly disease. It's still a very deadly disease.
Yeah, same
Um,
here. I feel very concerned about my parents, because it seems to hit the older.
Is that your first thought, your parents?
So
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that they want to be very careful, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not as careful, obviously, but
How careful are they, and how are you not as careful? I want to know
the
if I can
6
relate,
feet-
maybe if I'm being
6
careful or not.
the 6-foot rule,
Mm-hmm.
wearing masks around people in close spaces. I don't know.
How do they go about, for example, when they have to go to the doctor or like an appointment or?
You know that they have not gone to the doctor yet. They haven't.
Mm-hmm.
They have not. And there was one moment where I think one of them should have gone to the hospital, but they pushed through it.
Really?
That was, to me, that was lucky. But
Wow.
that they pushed through it, and they should have gone to go see a doctor.
Because
So
of
do
the
you
fear of
believe it's a
sensation.
deadly disease?
I know that it exists, but I'm not too worried. That's as much as I can say, is that I know it's a sickness out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there. But other than that, like, I'm not too worried about it for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
You
We're
know?
at an age range where we're likely to
Mm-hmm.
survive, but that's also assuming that you don't have any underlying disease that you're not worried about. But we're also within the age range where we're most at risk for vascular disease. So we can we can feel fine, make it like to like maybe 10, 12 days or whatever, and then boom, like all of a sudden like go downhill and die.
Yeah.
So it's still a coin toss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. People who already have, an illness or some people don't even know. I think those are the freak accidents we hear about where young people die and stuff. They didn't have,
They didn't know, and they
Mhm,
just
mhm.
gone.
What about you, Fernie? Did you worry about yourself when you heard about the disease?
Honestly, I didn't.
You didn't worry
Nah.
about yourself. You
I
don't have
was-
any underlying, you don't have any illnesses that.
Well, I still have the anemia thing,
Mhm.
but when the COVID first hit, I wasn't really like too concerned.
Yeah.
I was just fucking. I was like, oh shit, okay, that's crazy. Until I actually saw it, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's
Uh-huh.
like maybe I should like wash my hands a little bit. maybe they are right,
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like in the beginning, nah, I wasn't.
You weren't worried about it.
No, but now I'm like a little worried about it. Like I do wear masks when I go
Mhm.
to stores or walk down the street
Mhm.
sometimes and shit. But yeah, it's like it hasn't affected me that much, pues.
Yeah, I think my case, I'm not worried about myself, even though I have asthma. But what I'm worried about is actually passing it on to people who I know are around me and they do have an illness, you know what I mean? Or old age or very young. That was my main concern, I think. But as far as believing it, I personally thought it's not that big of a deal. Like, people can get over it. People can get over it until, they shut down buildings, entertainment, flights were being canceled. When they shut down the country, I was in Dubai. I was over there, and so I couldn't get back home.
How long did it take you to get back home?
They canceled my flight. It took about 2 days to get back home. I had to get a hotel, contact my airline. They didn't answer phone calls. They didn't have a representative at the airlines. Everything was canceled.
Damn, you were in limbo. Huh?
So we went to like 3 or 4. In my case, we went to 3 or 4 airports. All of them. Nobody had a representative. So what we had to do is we went to the main one. We had to hunt down the pilots, and they were giving away the last few seats. And people were crazy. They were scared. I was scared. As a matter of fact, my menstrual cycle got fucked up because of that shit.
What the fuck?
I went into like a deep scare, dude. Like my body. After that, I had to stay home, like in bed for like a day and a half just to recover from it felt like trauma. Like,
Damn.
because getting out of there. Okay, I finally get a ticket.
Okay. Where were you again? Where were you located?
I was in Dubai. I was on a
Dubai.
vacation.
Okay, so it wasn't work. It was a vacation.
Work co-workers, but it was a vacation at that time. So I was
Okay.
supposed to have fun, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing the camels. I'm going to the Arabian Desert, and then this and this and that, and then they're canceling all my confirmation. I was like, hey man, I paid for all this stuff. What's going on? They're like, nope, COVID, and it went from we wake up. This is how I saw the transition. I saw it through the transition of a week. The first day I got there, luxury hotel, we got served some of the most delicious food, a buffet style. By the end, you had to practically make a reservation to eat, and they served your food in a plate with plastic to eat
Yeah.
outside.
Dang.
It was just like, whoa, why is this changing so rapidly? And then tourists were treated kind of like, hey, you're not allowed in here. You're not allowed in here. Some things like the Burj Khalifa, one of the tallest buildings out there, one of the highest attractions, was open to locals but not tourists. That was kind of like, hey man, what's up? I paid for this, and that was my experience with it. And I still didn't believe it was that dangerous.
What about now? So
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of people within this nation have died from COVID, and you guys still don't think it's that serious of a thing?
It's serious,
I'm not,
yeah.
I know,
Serious, yeah.
like
It's
I
serious.
said, I know
It's serious.
it's like a serious thing, but
Or
I'm
not
not
dangerous?
worried. I'm not, me personally, I'm not really worried.
You're not worried to be infected. Are you worried
Or
to infect
anybody
others?
that I know to get it as well, you know?
If I'm frank, I know a few people who have contracted it, survived it, and that
Yes.
gives me hope that there is recovery from
I
getting
think
it.
we're privileged,
Privileged, yeah.
not to have had people within our lives die of it.
Correct.
But
correct.
it's not something that you should take lightly.
No,
well,
and that's
it's
why.
not like, it's not
Yeah.
like I'm taking
'Cause
it
it-
lightly, but it's more like,
Well, if you don't fear
I'm not,
it,
yeah.
the thing
like,
is, like, it's not that you, it's like you need to respect, like, there needs to be some sort of fear of infecting, whether yourself's infected or infecting others, in order to respect it, so that you're cautious yourself, like, to try not to infect others, because that's the main thing.
I think
that's what I was
the
saying. That I'm
steps, like,
scared more for the people around me that are
Yeah.
weak or you know what I mean. Their
Other
immune system
countries
isn't. Yeah.
Have done great jobs of like containing it and not
Testing.
spreading it as
Yeah.
well, to the point that we're a fucking joke to them. Like, they don't want us to fucking visit their countries
Yeah.
because we've not taken it seriously enough. We've opened up parts of the country that we shouldn't have opened up like as quickly as we did. Like, we should have kept quarantining ourselves a little
Correct.
longer.
yeah.
Correct.
And
Yeah, I
because of
totally
it,
agree.
it spread again so quickly. Like, we're a fucking joke, dude, in that sense.
That's true, and I
Yeah.
think that leads to leadership and you know, but that's getting into politics, and I don't know if you guys want to touch that terrain.
Not really.
Even though we are gonna elect the president on Tuesday.
But I mean, I don't know. I just I take precautions when I'm around people because, you know, whatever steps that they want us to take, I'll do it for the other people. Like, if it was just me myself, it'd be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I
you know?
respect the
like, I tell
guidelines,
people
yeah.
like, just don't
No.
worry about it. Like, you go ahead, don't wear masks. I don't care.
I agree. I think we should respect the guidelines, and because I don't know it, I'll follow a scientist. Whatever he says, put on a fucking mask, stay away from people. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Just better safe than sorry, I think. Right?
Well, I mean,
But I'm personally not afraid of it.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm doing it for other people around me.
Correct.
It's not, like I said, if it was me myself, I would just, like, you know, anybody who has a mask, anybody who doesn't have a mask around me, it's like, it's cool. Anybody who, like, you know,
But that's how it spreads so
Yeah.
quickly.
If it was me, if I could be anything I wanted, I'd be Cristiano Ronaldo and buy a fucking island and go live with my family out there, dude. Just stay the fuck away from
There you
everybody.
go. That's not wrong.
Right? That's freaking awesome. And then he has it now. He just contracted COVID. Cristiano Ronaldo.
In his
Really?
island?
No. Well, he was playing sports, and that's must have been where, I don't know, the origin of it, but he has it, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they did open.
Did you hear
the
about
sports
that?
again.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. But that makes sense.
Yeah. In sports, I know there was this thing called the bubble where, you know,
You're talking about the
athletes-
guy that plays for Manchester United, right?
The soccer player,
Yeah,
yeah. Cristiano
yeah, absolutely.
Ronaldo. He's like a super fashion icon. He's got merchandise.
I fucking hate him.
crazy,
He's
yeah.
a fucking flopper.
He's a what?
Fucking flopper, dude. Like, he's a fucking flopper. Like he overreacts whenever somebody like touches him with like.
Oh, on the field when he's
like
playing.
it can be the back
Uh-huh.
of their pinky, and he'll fucking flop and defy all laws of physics. So he can fucking try to get a fucking penalty kick. Fuck that guy.
Dramatic. But that's like
go
that's
down
part
like
of it,
a
though,
queen.
right?
Just
That's part of
Soccer,
it.
you know?
That's it. Like it becomes like an art form. You know what? We should
Yeah,
do
Steve,
a
if you're listening,
compilation
fuck that guy.
of like the greatest. You know, el no fue penal. No era penal. No era penal. The last.
You can make a compilation with just. I'm sure there's compilations with him just alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be funny actually. I wonder if that exists. I'm gonna Google that. I think it should.
I'm sure.
and if it don't, let's coin it.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
it's
man.
funny because I heard that the Dodgers, who had actually they're obviously the winners of this year, which I find very
world
strange.
champions.
Well,
How
yeah.
often do they have the
2020.
World Series?
I'm sorry.
How often do they have the World Series?
I believe every year, right?
It's every year. I don't know.
World
nothing
Series
about
every
it.
year?
I believe so.
That's a. You sure? We should
I
look
think
it up.
I think
Well,
it's at the end of the
I am
season.
not a sports expert,
No.
but I do know that the Lakers are champions this year.
They're also another LA
We did it for Kobe, for
thing
Gigi,
going on.
and the LeBron led us as captain of the Lakers, and the Dodgers just became champions as well.
I was telling Fernando how funny that we happened to become the champions during a fucking pandemic.
Yeah, no,
Like,
Dude,
it's
it's
like-
good to be from LA. It's good to be
And
an
then
Angelino this year.
The
I'm
last
so
time
proud.
that Dodgers won the World Series was back in 1989.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just telling him, like, maybe it's because nobody was in the stadium that they felt, better playing it, like as if they're just too shy to play in front of
Did you
people.
guys hear
That's why
the
they lose.
differences though?
Wait, here's my question.
Okay.
The World Series
Mhm.
only consists of the United States. Is that correct? I'm not sure.
I don't.
But isn't
think
that
it's a
bit
bit
of
of
a
a
like
stretch,
a
yeah.
like right?
There's a bit of a stretch, yeah.
Right?
Well, you know what?
Shouldn't the World Series include
We are
the
the
fucking
center
world?
of the world, so
Why wouldn't you just call it the U.S. Championships or something? Why would you
Because
call
it's
it the World
Who
Series?
wants to be the U.S.? No, it's the world. Freaking, you know
How
what? I'm gonna take
fucking
it up a notch.
narcissistic of
Take it
us
up
to call
another
it.
level. The
I'm just-
universal.
I'm just
world.
curious. Is there anyone else included in the World Series other than the States?
You know what? I know Mexicans played.
I'm just curious because like what FIFA what is it called? Soccer.
Yeah.
It's like every 4 years. What is it called?
The Olympics? No.
No. Fuck, I'm blanking right
Golden
now.
Cup, but
The World Cup.
World Cup. there you
Yeah, World Cup. World Cup. It's held every year. It's open to the fucking world.
Mhm.
go. Yeah.
Why is
and-
the World Series?
That's
Like,
a
I
good
want to know if the
question.
World Series
That is a
includes
good
the
question.
world.
Yeah. Baseball and what?
We-
Why do you
However,
call it
none
the
of
World
us here
Series?
watch
What the fuck?
baseball.
What
so
the
like,
fuck?
I swear to
Baseball?
God, this is semantics that I never even thought about
Ah,
until
None-
fucking now.
However, none
Que
of us.
alguien me lo explique.
Taking up room in my brain.
Here's the thing: none of us here actually watch baseball, so none of us actually know whether these facts are true or not. We want to know though.
Yeah, because it should include the world.
Well, does Miss
Call it the
Universe?
World Series. I mean, it was.
I mean, I can think of another organization that does that. Miss Universe, for example. Does it cover the entire universe? What
I
about the
think-
3 titty aliens?
Wait,
does
wait,
it
wait,
cover
no.
that?
But there are women. There
Right?
are
Rudy?
women
You
that
didn't know-
I agree. I totally agree. when
Miss
you
Universe
put it
does
like that.
include people from different parts of the world.
Universe
Yeah, but we're
keyword.
talking universe. There are
What?
planets
Miss-
Miss
interplanetary.
Pluto. You want Miss Uranus?
Does it include? Does it include the black hole?
Miss Jupiter? Miss Jupiter. Sorry, Miss Jupiter.
Miss Jupiter.
Oh man.
Miss Neptune.
Miss
Yeah.
Neptune. Miss Black Hole.
Black.
You keep going on about that black hole.
Is there a black hole within our universe?
That's a good question. That's a very good question
So
that
then
I'm
she
not
can-
ready.
So
to
then
answer.
she cannot compete.
Oh man.
What about the star, the moons?
What
from
if
each
the
planet?
organization goes too
That's
far with
part-
their gamut? For example, you just said that World Series with the
Like involved, or is this just a stupid title? World
Burger
Series.
King.
And
Who
it's
the
like
fuck
this.
called him the king?
He just declared, like all kings,
Who's
they all
the
declare
prince? The
themselves.
princess?
No, everybody's
Over
a
what
best
territory?
at
Every
something.
king that came about kind of declared themselves king.
They
So-
always,
Self-declared king.
declare that they're the best at something. Or, it's
You know
like,
what I mean?
yeah,
So it's all bullshit. Everything's bullshit
I'm
though.
telling you, man.
That's what I'm trying to get at, I think. That's my point.
Everything
End of
is
story.
bullshit. that was okay. Got it.
Everything's bullshit.
Everything's bullshit.
Everything is bullshit.
Point of Blanca's discussion right now.
This on the way here, guys. I was kind of telling you guys before we started the show that traffic was heavy because there was a long display of Republicans in their vehicle doing like a caravan style parade. Everybody had they had flags, Trump, MAGA, and you know what? I support their freedom of speech. I do. I was kind of jealous because I haven't seen anything like that from my political party.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to admire that. And the best part is that following these guys was this young man in a Jeep waving the Mexican flag. Just following these guys.
Oh my god.
All these Trump like supporters. It was the funniest thing. And he was just laughing just down like that's beautiful. That's good old fucking USA, man.
I'm glad you had some entertainment on the way.
I was kind of scared. Like when my first emotion was fear for some reason. You know, I feel like it can get aggressive, I think, you know. I mean, some of the text on these promotions said fuck your feelings, make America great again, and things like that. It just feels aggressive. Don't tread on me. As opposed to, I don't know, I guess flowers and, you know what I mean, daisies and shit printed on with the Trump's name. But I mean, I'm just being honest how I felt. I don't know how they would feel if they were to see a Democratic caravan displaying promotion like that.
So it was one caravan, or were there like
I
several?
honestly think
caravan
there was
is several
miles.
cars, isn't it?
I think there was miles
I
of
thought
these
a caravan
cars.
was like one large thing.
I thought a caravan was like a collection of
I believe
vehicles.
there's a vehicle called the caravan, but no. The
Was
word,
it that one vehicle?
No. It was miles of vehicles together, just
Okay, so it was a
honking and
caravan.
waving
Yeah, it was a caravan.
flags, and just taking up an entire lane on the freeway. And I was just like, whoa, man, that's crazy. How do they organize this? Like, how do they get together? Because all across it, there was people like waiting for
Trump
them on
supporters?
bridges. Yeah.
It was probably on ChristianMingle.com.
Yeah, something like that. I don't follow Christian Mingle, but yeah, man.
Yeah,
The dating app?
I just imagine
The fuck?
Christians are single and ready to
Oh
mingle.
my God.
I just picture like fucking like these cars moving really slow, but like other people like out of their cars walking alongside this shit, you know, like waving flags, like almost like New Orleans style like type shit. You know?
funny-
Like, I just picture this.
You mean like
craziness.
Mardi Gras without the hate? So like Mardi Gras without the hate.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I've never been to Mardi Gras. I don't know what it's like.
I picture it looking more like a scene from what is it? Mad Max, like Thunderdome or some shit like that.
Mardi
you know?
Gras?
No, the Trump
the
supporters
caravan?
and
Oh,
shit.
got
the
it,
caravan,
got it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Although I like that movie, and I don't really like Trump supporters, so I don't want to picture it.
No,
that way.
but they,
I don't wanna
'cause
relate
just
the two.
imagine like they're all like in jeeps and shit like that, you know? And
Yeah.
it's just like just picture that shit, like people hanging out like the back of their fucking jeep, just like blah blah blah. And it's just like
Yeah, there was a whole lot of that. There was a whole lot of
See
that.
what I
There was a lot of
scene right out of Thunderdome.
USA flags on the floor. Some Trump cars they broke down on the way.
God.
Some others crashed with other people. Like there was ambulance. Like there was like
They
a
were
whole
they were
thing.
breaking some mailboxes and tipping
yeah.
some cows, huh?
Yep.
Mm.
One of them got into an accident because I saw the red cap while he was checking his car. Apparently, he rear-ended somebody else.
Good.
It was just a big display. I was like, really? I don't think this
Hope
is the
they rear-end
safest
each
way to
other.
display because there's vehicles, they're congesting traffic. You know what? In my opinion, caravan parade display are bad ideas, man.
Well,
There was-
especially
Well, it's
on
all
a
how
freeway,
it depends on how you
Yeah.
execute it. I don't think
Exactly.
that those supporters are the smartest people out there because who caravans on the
you're
fucking
messing-
freeway? Who's gonna caravan on? Is it like the 405? What freeway was it?
Ah.
91 and 60. It was,
Oh my God! There you are. There you
and it was
are.
miles. It wasn't just like, hey, a little section. I'm like, oh, they're just gonna turn around. No, it was miles. Like, damn, that's a lot of people, a lot of cars, and they were packed with people. Each one of those. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more safe if they were just got together in a big open landscape and took videos
And burned each
put
other.
it on
Yeah, I
and-
mean, yeah, that'd be great.
no way in their vehicles. I don't know.
Start
Yeah.
a bonfire.
I just don't think that was the
using
safest way to do
themselves.
it.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Unless they have like an escort of police or something, right? Like in a parade.
That's the only way that I could think of it.
You know
was
what?
doing
I
it,
think
like,
it
in a
was
specific
unsafe.
area that is like not as high, traffic on a
You know
fucking
what?
freeway. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
man.
hope that they all get together and just plan out the most unsafest thing for themselves and just fucking wipe themselves out because here I'm okay with that. And that's Darwinism at its best.
I'm telling you, they gotta like gather
Right?
like on a bridge or something,
Absolutely, and all jump off at the same time.
Oh,
or it just
man.
breaks. It just breaks, you know. And it's like, yeah, we kind of saw this coming, but you guys,
Yeah, it was just a crazy display, and come to think about it, I don't think it was very safe. Not if there was
No.
people crashing, vehicles broken down on the side of the freeway, congesting in a full lane for miles.
you imagine in retrospect, this
Yeah,
probably
and
wasn't
it
a good
wasn't the
idea.
only one because my sister sent me videos before I headed over towards the studio. She's like, just be careful because they're doing these displays and stuff, and yeah, man, yeah, it's all over the place. Which you know,
Yeah, the Trump, his supporters, especially the nationalists, were the quote unquote Proud Boys, not our gay Proud Boys,
they took
but
over
those
that shit.
self-declared Proud Boys. No, the
Blanca's
LGBT
got a huge smile on her
community is trying
face
to
right
They
take
took over
that
that.
back. We're trying to take it back. They're not proven to be the smartest people, especially when it comes to their safety or the safety of others. So, yeah.
That's my point.
And on that note,
And on that note, damn. So
Yeah.
vote, please vote. I am surprised. I want to share with you guys a fun fact that Latinos had a number of 1.3 million voters in 2016. Before the elections this year, 2020, there's already 3 million. So the fact I think that everybody's voting from home, everybody's most of the time at home, limited to what they can do is led to a focus in politics, and we're gonna see crazy numbers of voters and outcomes. I think I'm kind of excited. I want to see. Everybody's nervous about who's gonna be the next president. They really are.
What's a weird election, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super weird election. It's a reality TV show, man.
it all depends. I mean, California already is going to go to the Democrats.
Yeah.
California has a, a history of always being blue. It all and we also have a big number of Mexicans. But I mean, Texas is a red state, and hopefully the Mexicans there will not vote red and they'll vote blue. So we'll see.
Yeah. There's a few swing states too, I think.
Although
so.
some of them have not proven to be the. I don't know. I can't fathom why some Mexicans will align themselves, or not Mexicans. I want to say Hispanics will align themselves with Trump when Trump obviously does not care for anything that is not.
But they're there.
Oh God, what's that?
There was a
white
Latina-
presenting.
There was
that
a
religion
Latina
cause, like
on this
Mormons?
Trump train.
Like, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, she's saying about Latinos, how she doesn't understand how they would line up, but there are. I mean, in this Trump train that I'm telling you about, caravan, there was Latina in there. I looked inside just to see what she looked like, and yeah, she had like the.
You try to ask for a number. You stuck
She
your
was
head
kinda
in there.
cute. Let me tell you, she had like long red hair. She was like dark complexion. I was just like, okay. She was like, yeah. I was like, okay.
And you're like, nope.
Okay.
No, it reminds me of like the whole, like the black Mormon. Like I think there's like a couple of like people who consider themselves Mormons that are black, but the Mormon.
What's wrong with being black
Yeah, I
and
don't
Mormon?
know that. I'm
the,
not
the-
familiar.
The Mormon religion believes that the black like form or color skin is the resemblance of the devil. It's a
Mormons
Yeah.
believe that?
yeah.
I think
that
as far
it
as
was
I know, they
supposed
just
I mean,
have
they ain't
multiple
too
wives.
smart.
But
No,
I mean, yeah.
don't
I don't know.
Mormons run
Mormons also
in and out and
I don't know
Well,
too
make
much
it
about
mean-
hell of a
like,
burger though?
Mormonism and the belief system or something like that, but I think it is the Mormons who are supposed to have like bulletproof underwear.
I don't know. I mean, the majority of the Mormonisms that I know are the Latter-day Saints who follow Warren Jeffs, who are just another fucking joke out there.
Yeah.
Because he was a piece of shit. Like, they just followed everything that he said. Like, he was a prophet, and he was out there, like, marrying, like, 13-year-olds to, like, 80-year-old people. Like, there's, like, 80-year-olds with, like, 30 wives, and some of them were, like, as young as 13, 16.
Yeah.
He was molesting, like, his own nieces and nephews. Like, I mean, he's a fucking joke, and some people still follow him.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
guess not all Mormons are like that. Not all of them are Latter-day Saints.
I can't speak for all. I could barely speak at all about them, but it's just funny because it's just like the things that they have, like I think it's when they die, is it like they'll have like so many virgins to themselves or something like that? I forget. It was just like, are you serious?
I don't know that feeling. I don't really need a whole bunch of virgins. Do you guys as men want a whole bunch of virgins?
No.
Do you need a bunch of virgins?
No. We just need
I try to
we just need a down ass
understand,
woman.
I think
I just
I
need
think
one.
those are probably men
One
with
lady.
mommy issues.
Huh?
The ones
Those
that
are-
don't want the 40 virgins.
The ones that want versions are
Oh,
probably the ones
okay.
with mommy
Constantly want
issues and shit.
versions. Yeah. Like that. What is that? The Oedipal theory or whatever, syndrome or whatever, where they're in love with their mom. They just don't really. They just can't see it, but it's like they're more, mama's boy type thing going on there and shit like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. What's Sigmund Freud? No, who am I? I'm probably spitting out the wrong name, but yeah, there's like a theory that men want to find a woman like their mother, right?
I think that comes from an older, outdated time, and some of that also comes from the Bible, which I don't agree with.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of cultures, like it seems they marry really
lot of
young
it-
women. In Mexico too. I mean, I went out there
A
and,
lot of
and
it's
like
based on religion, like not having.
teenagers, yeah.
You don't have premarital sex, dude. If it's consensual, go ahead. It's consensual. Go ahead. No one's gonna judge you.
Yep.
For real.
Yep.
Yeah.
For
And
real,
the only
man.
good thing religion really gave us was the calendar. And that's it.
Who?
The calendar.
Who gave us that?
Religion.
Religion. The calendar gave us that.
Or
Caesar fixed it.
Caesar fixed it.
I think so.
How so?
Well, actually, that might be before the Bible. Caesar might be before the Bible.
He's in the Bible.
Yeah, I think he's before the Bible though, like before
Let
religion.
us give Caesar what belongs to
Julius
Caesar.
Caesar.
Yeah.
He was actually a pretty I think we know him as a ruthless guy, but he was actually a very accomplished guy.
Yeah, I heard he was a
yeah.
very good accomplished leader.
Yeah, like even when he was like he was consistently out campaigning, but I think when he came back, he found that the calendar was like off by like several days or weeks, and he like ended up fixing it. Like a lot of society is based off a lot of the principles that Julius Caesar brought around.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
European culture, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're one of the first great like civilizations out there. There's a good documentary out there on Netflix, Roman Empire, I think, and I think it follows 3 empires. One of them was Marcus Aurelius, I think, if I'm saying it right, and the second one was Julius Caesar, and the third one was Caligula. The Caligula one was pretty interesting, but I think the Julius Caesar one was probably my favorite one, and like it kind of like left me like kind of like seeing him in a different light. And it's like, holy shit, you're a pretty awesome dude. Like for the time that you were born in, and like the stuff that you were given, like you're a pretty awesome dude.
Yeah.
You accomplished so much, and that was all just drive and dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about the individual people, but I do know more about like their torture techniques back in the day. Oh my god, it's so brutal.
Damn,
so
really?
brutal. It is so like you're
Yeah.
just like
Do share.
Though a bunch of different civilizations had a lot of
What is
torture,
the
bad
first
torture
one?
techniques.
What is the one that jumps to your mind?
I think it was called like the bull or the steel bull or something like that.
Oh yeah, was that Roman though, or is that Greek?
I can't say for sure, but it was something that they would the bull would be hollowed out, but it was made of like some type of steel.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
And then they would stuff the person in there and heat up the bull, and this guy would literally roast inside the bull. And I was like, oh my god, that's fucking nuts.
I think scientists would work on creating torture tools and things so that they can enjoy the death, a slow death, make it a spectacle, right?
Yeah.
That was one of their focus, was to create torture things that would just allow people to watch it for longer periods of time. I think one I heard freaked me the hell out was just a stake up your your ass, yeah. And they would just like
They were
watch you.
Vlad the Impaler. That was you would be impaled basically.
Or the one that
he would
sticks
do
your
that,
head
yeah.
right there, and your butt, that's
the guillotine or the
the
block.
the block, I think.
That block where you just kind of hold your head.
Imagine you have to take
and
a
you're-
shit or somebody's fucking with you. You got an itch. And, oh, man, that one sucks.
Wait, what's the block?
I try to put myself
I
in
mean, what
these
about being
positions.
crucified?
Crucified is a
You don't-
someone, yeah.
You die a very
Yeah.
slow death.
Yeah.
super slow.
Yeah, man.
Like
Yeah.
it's not,
Yeah.
and like you don't die from those nails. Like you're just tortured,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and like
Yeah.
you die the slowest
Thirst.
death.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It was a display of
Mhm.
power and
But I want to know which one is a block. I don't. I'm not
It's
familiar with that
it's not like it's more it was used a lot for humiliation, but it could also be used for like just having a slow death, like if you weren't like if you were left there over
Basically-
I don't know, forever, like
your head is sticking out of a wooden block and your hands are like in this position, right? And you're sort of bent
okay.
over and you're locked in that position
Gotcha.
until somebody frees you.
Gotcha.
You know,
yeah. Yeah. No, because when you said the block, it reminded me of one where it was like a triangular type thing that people would sit on, and they would slowly get split in half
oh
because
Woo.
of their weight. You know,
Ooh.
so it's like, yeah, up the wahoo and all that
Up
shit.
the wahoo, damn. Wahoo. Oh man, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
gee, dude.
But they had some really interesting types of torture and the way to kill people and stuff like that. So on that note,
Thank you.
yeah,
very
Yeah.
very lovely topic to
information.
check
Yeah.
out,
There you
check
go.
out on. Huh?
Yeah.
research that shit.
If you think about it, Halloween has a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like it's all fun and games, but I think about the like the mazes and stuff, and they have torture room, and really what you're walking into is a flashback of a time of torture and even things that happen now. That freaks me out. That freaks me out.
That's why they put
I'm
them
very
up on
vivid.
Halloween.
Like I live it. I'm
Mhm.
like,
There
oh,
you go.
that was me. Damn.
It's all for show.
Yeah, definitely. That was an excellent discussion. Interesting and informative.
Informative.
And very informative. But
Go vote.
so I guess that'll end the session tonight. And I'm Rudy Ramirez, RUDIE. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and please stop by the Horror Wicked watch parties on Facebook. It's some really good, deliciously horrific movies on playing on that thing. So
You can find me on Instagram at Mel. So that's MEL_LOPEZ 85. So Mel_Lopez 85.
I would like to thank our guest, Fernando. He wouldn't stop talking during the show.
I know.
Thank you once again for coming out. Like I
Chatty
said,
Cathy over
Freaking
there.
motor mouth.
Motor-
I was
Yapper.
a little high, so I can't really. I was enjoying the conversation, tripping out on the World Series.
You forgot you were involved. Well, thanks for coming out, and you can find him on his socials at.
Oh, it's Bonyman is B0NIMAN, and that's it.
He's gonna be training me, so I'll be uploading some of that stuff at
It's gonna be
Weenobee.
Rocky
Thank you very
Balboa.
much. This
Rocky
is
Balboa.
Weenobee Radio. Thank you.
Go
Bye.
vote.
Weenobee Radio.